Hey guys, welcome to lesson 1 of module 5. Now in this lesson, in the whole module I'm going to be covering optimization and scaling, but in this specific lesson I'm actually just going to be I'm going to do this really step by step. I'm going to break it down for you one by one so you really understand all the ways of optimizing and how each and every one of them works. So in this one I'm going to cover breaking down your campaign by ages. So, get into your adverts manager, and the first thing you want to do is go to your campaign. So this is the campaign I set up in the last lesson. Now, first of all, you want to see what you want to see is if this campaign can even profit you. Now, if I go inside my AdSense, we can see that this campaign is, I think it's profiting or it's near profiting. So let's give that a quick look. Continue. So if we go on performance reports and I will look at my URL channels, I'll look at today. So today it made me £7.84, and how much did I spend? I spent $9.23. Now this can quickly be turned profitable. It's already producing a profit at $9.23. If I convert that into pounds, 9.23 in GBP. We can see that it produced £1 plus profit. So we're in profit now. All we need to do is optimize this and really, make the most of it and turn it into, let's say, hopefully, 50% plus ROI. Okay, so let this load. Alright, so first thing, the numbers over here, you can see that this is US and more expensive, but the numbers are deceiving, and I'll cover that in one of the next lessons. In this one, we're going to keep it simple, and I'm just going to show you how to break it down by age. So the first thing you do is you see your ad sets here. You can see, okay, average 6 cents per engagement, average 20 cents per engagement. Go and break down and click age. Now you can see which age range is costing you the most. Okay, so I can see over here 35 to 65 plus is killing me, but 45 to 64. Okay, so 45 to 54 is amazing at 9 cents, and 55 to 64 is expensive at 17 cents. So 55 to 65 plus, it's a very expensive, but 55 to 64 is still much better off than these two age ranges, and this could probably be optimized to turn profitable. Okay, now over here we can see in UK and Canada we've got 5 cents, 5 cents, 7 cents, and 12 cents. Now over here I will probably kill 45 to 54 because that's 12 cents, and these, you can see big difference, 7 cents difference right there. So what I'm going to do is, first thing is I'm going to click on my first ad set here, and now I know 55 to 65 plus profitable. So I'm going to go from, I will do 55 to 65 plus. That's going to be one ad set. So here's what we do. This is now, okay, might get confusing, but pay close attention. Now with optimizing and scaling, the method, what I now practice is scaling out. So scaling up is adding more of a budget onto your current one. So going from $5 to $10 to 15 to 20. Scaling out is spreading it out, so creating multiple ad sets to do, let's say 10 ad sets was $5 each. This way you're spending less on each ad set. Facebook is optimizing more per each ad set because you're spending less, and that way you're going to produce a bigger profit. So what we'll do to scale out over here, we can see our age ranges, which one are most profitable, not profitable, sorry, the most cheapest, 55 to 65 plus. Yep. And to confirm this, to actually find out the exact cost per click to the link, you go on performance and clicks, and we can see over here, if I move to the side, it's cost per click link. Now these numbers we see in here are pretty accurate, but you can see here the 7 cents over here is actually 9 cents per click to the link. So what I learned from here is that 55 to 65 plus are my strongest ad sets, age ranges, and my weakest are 35 to 54. So what I'll do here is I'm going to go inside the campaign, I'll click on it, and let's get rid of this, go on performance default. Now let's edit the ad set. So to edit that, you click inside the ad set and you click edit over here. So, and then from here you go down, and now we can play with the age ranges. My most profitable, well, most cheapest, I keep saying profitable, is 55 to 65 plus. So what I'll do here is change this age range to 55 to 65 plus. Now I'm going to be paying much less than I was before. I was paying all the way up to 9 cents, 9 cents per click. But now I'll break it down and only pay 5 cents, 7 cents. Okay, so that's the age range sorted, and I'll do the same on US. I'll see which age range is cheapest to link. Performance and clicks. I go right, and I come to find that 45 to 64 are my cheapest, and the rest are very expensive. Okay, so we're going US, and we're going to do the same. We'll click on edit, and we'll take this from 45 to 64, and that's it. Save and close. Alright, there's a couple of the stats you are probably looking at in in this video, in this lesson, and you're probably confusing yourself, but don't worry, I'm going to cover that in the next few lessons. I just wanted to show you how you break down step by step. First you break your age, then gender, and then country. For now I'm only breaking down age. Gender won't be needed because it's only one gender for this article, which is women and female, and country I will look into that in a separate lesson. Now what I just done was I just killed off this this ad set here, 35 to 54. I just killed it in ovarian cancer, on the UK and Canada ad set, and on the US ad set I killed off 55 to 65 plus, including 35 to 44. So I should have done over here. Yeah, so I done 45 to 64. I didn't kill off 55 to 64. I killed off 35 to 44 and 65 plus. See, so the numbers do get a bit confusing when looking at them. There's just so many numbers to look at. You will get a bit confused, undoubtedly. But honestly, it really isn't that hard. You just need to see which one's costing you the least. You keep them, and the ones costing you the most, you just get rid of them. Now the second thing I mentioned about scaling out. Now this, I'm going to show you how we actually scale out. So we can actually split our age ranges into multiple ad sets. You see this one over here. This could be cheaper. If we allowed Facebook to optimize, we could actually get cheaper cost per engagement here, and it would be a strong ad set for us. So what we'll do is we'll click on ovarian cancer UK and Canada, and what we'll do is we'll click create similar advert set. So what this does is it just duplicates the ad set. It's not really similar, it's actually the same. I'm going to edit the name here so I know exactly what I'm dealing with. So 55 to 65 plus, so we'll do 35 to 54. And I'll come here and I'll break down the ages. I'll change it, 35 to 54. And now I'm going to have two ad sets spending $5 each. So rather than me upping up my budget and making it $10, I am spreading it out and doing $5 each. Now what this does for me is Facebook will look at it and see that I have a lower budget, and they'll optimize for that lower budget, which will mean I'll get lower cost per click, which ultimately means I'll produce a bigger profit. Now I'm going to save and continue, and I'm going to test this ad set alongside the other one, which is 55 to 65 plus. So I'm just going to click place order. This video might get a bit confusing, and if it does, just go back and rewatch it. And yeah, I mean that'll be more than enough. Watch it a second time and you'll probably understand it all. Okay then, now let's go back and look at this. So if we just set this to none, now you can see I have a UK and Canada 35 to 54 and 55 to 65 plus. I'm going to rename this just to make everything a bit more understandable. Okay, 55 to 65 plus, and I'm going to save and close. Now we want to do the same to United States. rather than open up our budget, we just want to spread it out. Okay, so currently we are running 45 to 64. So what we can do is we can make another ad set probably and set that. Let me just go back here and set that to 35 to 44 probably. Let's go in ages. 45 to 64. Alright, these two, okay, you know what? These two, these age ranges over here, 35 to 44 and 65 plus, very expensive. 43 cents per engagement, 78 cents per engagement. Hell no, we do not, I don't even trust that Facebook will optimize that. It's too high. Let's say that was at 20 cents, then Facebook may optimize. I've done 45 to 54 and 55 to 64. Now what we can do though, this is a bit, I'm complicating things a little bit, and I should have done this earlier on and it'll probably confuse you, but just rewatch this and you'll understand. You'll probably get what I'm doing. So if you can see that this is 9 cents and this is 17 cents, there's still a big difference. Okay, there's an 8 cents difference there. So rather than running this cheap ads, age range 45 to 54 with the 55 to 64 and averaging out my cost per engagement at much higher, what I can do is I can separate both of them. So take out the rubbish age ranges 35 to 44 and 65 plus. They are very expensive. We will get rid of them. Okay, we're not going to use them. What we will use is the 45 to 54 and 55 to 64. And as I said, we want to scale out. We want to have multiple ad sets so we can spend less. Optimize. Facebook will optimize for a lesser budget, and we can produce a higher profit. So what we'll do is we'll do the same process all over again. Well, first I'll edit this and narrow down my age ranges to 1. So that will be okay. So on this one I will set it to 45 to 54 rather than 55 to 45 to 64. So I'll do 45 to 54. As we can see, that's my cheapest, and I'm just going to rename this to 45 to 54, and then I'm going to click create similar advert set. So this is just going to duplicate it, and I'll rename this advert set. So you can see here, edit, and we will call this 55 to 64. Now this won't apply with everyone. I'm only doing this because I can see my campaign is near profiting and I'm trying to get the most out of it. I want to see which age range is actually my cheapest. With optimizing, it's all about breaking it down to get the cheapest level of input, and then which ultimately means the highest level of output. The outcome must be greater of what's actually going in. So let's set this to 55. We'll set this to 64. We're not doing 65 plus because we can see that that's charging a lot. Let me save and continue place order, and I'm just gonna go over 65 plus one more time to show you how expensive it was. Let this just happen. So now what I've done is I've broken each ad set in actually 2 ad sets. I looked at the age ranges and I broke it into 2 ad sets. Now I am spending $20 a day without upping my budget on any of the ad sets. So that's the power of scaling out. You can just, you can scale up, but without actually upping up the budget on a specific ad set. You can just spread it out, duplicate your ad set, and it adds on another $5 to your campaign, which could potentially mean, I don't know, another $5 in profit for that day. And you can continue to do this. You can continue breaking it down, after a while. Rather than breaking it down in the groups that Facebook shows you, you can break it down into two ages. So you can do 55 to 57, 58 to 60, 61 to 63, etc. You can break it down, very small, and really optimize and squeeze the milk out of the campaign. But I don't want to confuse you any further. I'm just gonna click none and show you what it looks like now. 2 US ad sets, 2 UK and Canada ad sets, all approved. Unless in 24 hours, let's hope we can get in better results for the campaign and turn it more profitable. Yeah, so that's it for this lesson. I understand it's a bit confusing. I do move a bit fast, but honestly, you go over it twice, go over it a third time, you really get it. Take it down, and at the same time actually optimize your campaigns whilst watching this. Nothing better than learning from your own experience and actually doing it yourself. Otherwise, if you have any questions, pop them in the Facebook group, pop them in the Facebook chat, anywhere. I'll get them answered. Someone in the group will get answered. So apart from that, I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson. Do take action, get your campaigns optimized by age, and then we'll move on to the next form of optimization. All right, take care of yourself.